Page 12 in your manual is a song called Michael Row the Boat Ashore. Poor Michael, he always got the job of pulling on the oars while everybody sang. Well, this song, we're going to start introducing the concept of rhythmic patterns to you. That's what this course is about, teaching you to play using rhythmic patterns so that you can play by ear anything that you hear and come up with great arrangements. Now, every music has a particular rhythm. That means a certain number of beats that, again, are patterns because they continue repeating over and over again throughout the song. Now, you've probably heard someone counting music before. The most common way to count music, the most common beats that repeat over and over again, are groups of 4 beats. For instance, music that has a 4-beat rhythm is counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., over and over again. That's a very common rhythmic pattern. That happens to be the rhythmic pattern for this song. Here's how I'm going to show you the concept of rhythm. Let's deal with just the first line of this song. Michael row the boat ashore. There's 4 chords in a row. C major, C major, F major, and C major. Now I'm first going to go through and I'm just going to play the chords in the appropriate spots and sing the melody. Then I'm going to go through that first line again and I'm just going to count the beats underneath each chord. Okay, first let's find our first melody note. Do you see that written on the page? The first melody note is C. Okay, so let's play the chords and sing the melody.
Michael row the boat ashore, hallelujah.
Okay, this time I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to count the beats underneath each chord. Here we go. Michael, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, are you starting to hear how every time I play a chord, I start counting to 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are called measures. That's an important term in music. Every time the rhythmic pattern starts over again, it's a new measure. So every time you count to 4, that's an entire measure of beats. When you start over at 1 again, you're in a new measure. This song happens to have 1 chord for every measure. Okay, we'll get down the road where we have songs that have 2 or more chords for every measure, but at this point we're going to keep it real simple. Every time you have 1 chord, you'll have an entire measure of 4 beats. Now let's make it a little more interesting. Let me introduce you to something called the rhythmic pattern. I'm going to give you something that you can play on every beat of each chord, okay? Instead of just holding the chord for 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to play something on every beat. So on 1, we'll play something, on 2, we'll play something, you get it. On 3, we'll play something, and on 4, we'll play something. So your hand's going to be quite a bit more busy, or 4 times more busy now, okay? Look at the pattern I've written down on the page. Just to the right of the capital R, there are 2 notes on 1 stem. One of those notes has the number 3 by it, and one has the number 5 by it. These numbers refer to the 3rd of the chord and the 5th of the chord. Do you remember how we came up with that? In the tetrachord plus a whole step pattern, using C major as an example, you have whole step, half step, whole step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 3rd and the 5th of the chord, if you're playing the C major chord, would be right here. Okay, so that's the first grouping of notes. Now that means at the first beat of every measure, you're going to play the 3rd and the 5th together. Okay? Now, remember when we counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, over and over again? Each time you get to 1, you're going to play that first grouping of notes, and that'll be the 3rd and the 5th of whatever chord you're on. Okay? Stick with me. Now look just to the right of that first grouping. There's a single note on a stem. That's going to be played every time you count to 2. Okay? Look at the single note. There's a number 1 by it. And in parentheses, I have the little word root. That means you're going to play the root. The 1 of the tetrachord plus a whole step pattern is the same as the root. Those terms are synonymous. Okay? So, on the first beat of each measure, you're going to play the 3rd and the 5th. And on the second beat of each measure, you're going to play the root. So all of a sudden you have a little hand movement. Okay, move to the right. On the 3rd beat of each measure, you're going to play the 3rd and the 5th again. And on the 4th beat of each measure, there's a single note again, clear to the far right. That's the 4th beat of each measure. And that's the root again. So you're going to play this for each measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about as simple a rhythmic pattern as you can come up with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's find the rhythmic pattern for the chord F in the first line. Here's an F major chord, right? Whole step, half step, whole step. 1, 3, and 5. Okay, on the first beat of the measure when you get to F, remember that F is a whole measure of 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the first beat, you're going to play the third and the fifth, followed by the root, the third and the fifth, followed by the root. Okay, so F major above the word hallelujah is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let me do the entire line, starting with Michael, row the boat ashore. Above row is the capital C, or a C major. Michael, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another C major, 2, 3, 4. F, 1, 2. Back to C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do the second line because there's a G in there. Now, I'm not going to find the G major. You've had enough experience. I'm just going to roll through this rhythmic pattern. Here we go. Here's the second line. Michael, C, 2, 3. Here's G, 2, 3, 4. A little lower. Here's another G. Hallelujah, 2, 3, 4. Back to C, 2, 3, 4. Pretty simple. Let's look at the left hand. You know, the left hand's going to do something a little different. It's a lot simpler, but it is quite different. Notice in the rhythmic pattern that the left hand notes look quite different than the right hand, right? They're an oval with a hole in the middle. They're actually called whole notes, but it's spelled W-H-O-L-E. The whole notes don't move. They hold for 4 beats. So the left hand for the entire first line is going to go like this. C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Let's get some low Fs. F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me talk to you a little bit about the notation of those notes. Again, the whole note in the left hand is an oval with a hole in the middle. Okay, that means it gets 4 beats, or it's held for 4 beats. Look again at the right hand. Do you see how they're black filled in notes? Those are called quarter notes. They get a quarter of the entire measure, and the quarter of 4 is 1 beat. Okay, don't get too confused. Just know that black filled in notes on a stem get 1 beat. Now here's an interesting bit of trivia that you really have to nail down. It doesn't matter how many quarter notes are on one stem. They're all played at the same time. So for instance, if there were 12 quarter notes attached to one stem, it'd be
kind of hard to play unless, you used all 10 of your fingers and your nose and one toe. But the main thing is they'd be played at the same time, and together they'd only get 1 beat.
Okay, so notice the first beat has the third and the fifth, but they only last for 1 beat. So it's like this. Okay, so don't get hung up how many notes are on each stem of quarter notes. They only get 1 beat. Quarter notes get 1 beat apiece, and whole notes get 1, 2, 3, 4 beats apiece. Okay, let's go on. Let's play and count all the way through the song now. I'm going to be calling out the beats of each measure. Remember, there's 1 chord that lasts for 4 beats. And over that chord, we're going to play the rhythmic pattern. The right hand's going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4. The left hand's going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4. So your hands are doing something a little different now, right? You've got to get some rhythm happening, okay? Here we go. Michael, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, up to F. F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3. Second line, C, 2, 3. Here's a G. G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2. Third line, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3. Fourth line, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I've introduced you to the concept of rhythmic patterns. Let's go through the whole song again, playing the rhythmic patterns just like we did, but now we're going to sing the melody over the top. This is where things really get fun. Okay, the first melody note is C. The melody sounds like this. Now, you're not going to play that. You're going to sing it like this.
Michael rowed the boat ashore.
Okay, now I'm going to play the rhythmic patterns for both hands and sing the melody. Here we go.
Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah.
All right, we're going to take these concepts and we're really going to build on them now. Make sure you don't move on until you nail this song down. Make sure you can sing this thing, dance and chew gum and rub your head and pat your belly at the same time. Then go on to the next tune.